Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome to our pregame show here today featuring the Velva-Drake Anamoose Aggies going up against the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley. Pregame brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. I'm Chase Miller. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. Coming up here on the program, we'll get you ready for our coach's conversation with Corey Erickson. The Burros at 14-11 on the season, going up against the Aggies, who sit at 22-3-2 on the year. Winners got a date with Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark in the semis. Loser will play the Patriots in the consolation semis. It's the 3 seed of Velva-Drake Anamoose going up against the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. We're back with more with our coach's conversation with Coach Corey Erickson after this.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and their Dow Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Austin Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
At Carrington Dental Care, they treat you like family. Meet Dr. Chaz Bauer and Dr. Jay Bauer, your friendly neighborhood dentists who care about your smiles. Join their family of happy patients. Whether it's routine checkups or cosmetic dentistry, they're dedicated to making your smile shine. Join the countless families who love coming to Carrington Dental Care, trusted by our community for years. Visit them online at thecarringtondentist.com or call 701-652-2801. Schedule your appointment today.
Join us from the Hillsboro Central Valley conversation. You're part of our 2025 North Dakota State Tournament coverage. It's Corey Erickson here from Hillsboro Central Valley. These coaches' conversations brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. And Corey, as you get ready for the Velva Aggies, obviously in your first game here at State, let's recap, though, the 2025 Region 1 tournament. A little bit different this year, having the championship game ahead of the state qualifying game in which you played Central Cass in the title, but came away with a nice sound result over the Vikings to make it to a state tournament, second in the last 3 years. Just what was something you really liked about your team's performance there in Castleton?
Yeah, the format of the tournament was a little bit different this year in the fact that, if you lost that first game, you were done. So put a little bit more pressure on all the teams to really play your best out at the region tournament right away. We faced a really good Central Cass team in that region championship game. We were with them right away. Then we had one inning. I think it was the fourth inning. I think we allowed 8 runs, and the game kind of got out of hand at that point. But we came back and defeated a really good Kindred Richland team in that region qualifier game. And coming into that game, it's always a little bit of an unknown because with the new format, Kindred Richland's coming off of a win into that state qualifier game, and we're coming off of a loss. So you always wonder how, mentally, we're going to be after a loss. But our leadership on the team really kind of got the team gathered back together, and we played a great game in that region qualifier game against Kindred Richland. So, coming into the tournament, we feel like we're playing some really good softball right now. We got a couple great performances out of our 8th grade pitcher, Tenley Dickoff, in both of those games against Kindred Richland in the Region 1 tournament. Offensively, we had 2 home runs from Peyton Quam that last day of the tournament, and we had other girls step up huge and have some big games. So, right now I feel like we're really clicking on all cylinders coming into the state tournament.
When you look at your opponent in Velva-Drake Anamoose, you played them once earlier this season, almost about a month through the date when you finally get going here for the state quarterfinals here. Corey, just I guess what's one thing you know about your opponent? What's going to be a challenge coming up here later today against the Aggies?
When we played them out in Minot at the end of April, I believe it was. So it's kind of around the midpoint of the season. That was kind of the start of a stretch of probably about 3 or 4 games right after that jamboree out in Minot, where we didn't play really good softball. Our offense was a little bit stagnant at the end of that tournament, and then coming into our next few games after that. So, looking back from what I remember in that game, Tenley Dickoff started that game and pitched pretty effectively. Then we brought Kaya Chenault, our junior pitcher, in. She pitched really well. It started to rain late in that game, and their pitcher struggled a little bit with that. So we ended up beating them 16-6, but probably wouldn't have been quite that lopsided of a win if that rain hadn't started. So we know that we're going to have a tough opponent here in the quarterfinal game with Velva-Drake Anamoose. We also didn't face. I think they have like two sister pitchers, or they have the same last name, so maybe it's cousins. We faced one of them. We didn't face the other. So we'll see kind of how that dynamic plays in. Maybe they were holding out their best pitcher against us in that game, but we also didn't show everything. So it's going to be a good matchup, I think. And one fun part of that is we have Kaylee Kittleson, our senior shortstop. Her family is originally from the Velva area, so they have a lot of ties to that area still. So I think there's going to be a lot of blue in the stands, supporting both Velva and HCV in that game.
And let's talk about some of your players with Hattlestead, with Kittleson, but also Peyton Quam, who is a Region 1 Senior Athlete of the Year as they got nominated for the All-Region team. Then Peyton, obviously, being the senior athlete. Let's just talk about her first here, Corey. Just what does it mean for this group of girls, but particularly, those seniors that have a chance to, go out at a state tournament, no matter win, lose, or draw, they get to, accomplish one of your goals coming into it. Now you still have more here this weekend to try to accomplish, but what have they just kind of meant to the program, in general?
Um, this group of seniors, I'm not sure if there's a more deserving group to be able to go to a state tournament that we've ever had. They've worked so hard. We have 6 seniors, 3 that start on a regular basis for us. One, Megan Ensign, she comes in and pitches for us, in a rotation. Destiny Ellingson's played some right field for us. Another one of our seniors, Morgan Potasic, has come in to run a little bit for us, and she's been one of our main JV players this season. Outstanding kids. They work so hard. They're great teammates. Um, you know, Coming into this year, our goal was, not only to make it to the state tournament, but to do well at the state tournament. The last time we went back 2 years ago, all these girls that group was sophomores, and a lot of them were still starting back then. But it was such a shock for us. We upset Central Cass to go to the state tournament that year. I don't think anyone gave us a shot to go to state, and then there we were. So I think a lot of it was just that we were just happy to be there. This year was kind of the expectation from the outset that, we should be at the state tournament. We feel that we're a state tournament team. But we feel if we play our best, we could finish in the top 4, top 3, possibly make it into that championship game. So that's really the push for these seniors this year is they know how good we can be. We want to play our best softball at the right time and just see where it goes.
Final thing for me, Corey, before we let you go, Coach Erickson here for the Burros joining us on the pregame show. Biggest thing in game number 1 of a state tournament or a regional tournament is what that you want to see from your team to propel you to have that kind of weekend that you just alluded to, just a few moments ago.
It everything with softball starts in the pitching circle. You need to have good, solid pitching to get you success at the state tournament. Every team's going to have good pitching at this level. So, Kaya Chenault, Megan Ensign, Tenley Dickoff, those are our 3 pitchers. We feel that we're pretty lucky that we have 3 varsity level pitchers on our team. Not every Class B team has that. So we feel if those girls pitch with confidence, if they're hitting their spots, if they're mixing up their pitches, we can have success against anyone. After that, defensively, you can't. We have pitchers that put a lot of balls into play. They're going to throw to contact, they're going to pitch to contact, they're going to get, they're not going to strike out a ton of batters, but we need our defense to step up and make plays behind them. We got a great defense behind them that I know can do it. Just on turf, which we don't normally play on, some of those hops can be a little bit goofy, or the ball gets up on you a little bit quickly. So that'll be another, that's probably the second most important thing. And then offensively, we got a lot of team speed on this team. And teams know that we're going to be stealing bases, and it's kind of like, well, are you going to be able to stop it or not? So, if we get the right matchups, if we get the right people on base, able to move some people around and then get a timely hit. Like I said, I think we can beat anyone in the state when we do all those things. So you want to come out and you want to win that first game. That's always the big one. And if you can do that, it feels like a lot of the weight gets off your shoulders at that point, and then you can just kind of relax and just play the softball that you can.
Hey, Corey, thank you so much for your time. As always, best of luck here at the state tournament, and we'll see you coming up here throughout the weekend in Fargo.
Thank you so much, Chase.
That again, Corey Erickson, head coach of the Burros. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. We'll continue on our pregame show after this from Fargo. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
At Sendak Cooperative, we are proud to be your trusted full-service grain, agronomy, and energy choice for our communities in central North Dakota. For all of your grain, agronomy, and energy decisions, they are proud to support our local farmers and communities we work and live in. With our state-of-the-art facilities and dedicated team, we ensure your farming operation will be looked at with care and efficiency. Whether you're looking for marketing decisions, agronomy needs, fuel for your operation, or a hot cup of coffee at their C-stores, Sendak Cooperative has you covered. Visit them online at sendakcooperative.com to learn more about how they can serve you. Sendak Cooperative, proud to serve our communities in central North Dakota.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels! As we continue on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. For more information, go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. Chase Miller with you here as we take a look at some earlier scores from across the way and also what's going on at Newman Outdoor Field. The Thompson Tommies are 3 outs away from making it to the semifinals of the State B baseball tournament. Thompson 9, Renville County scoreless. Following the conclusion of that game, we'll have Northern Cass going up against Bishop Ryan Nedrose with Josh Boyko over at Newman Outdoor Field. Earlier today, Delax Burlington, Lewis and Clark picked up a 5-2 win over the Mayport CG Patriots. Sierra Yale went the distance, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks of 1-hit baseball, and she also drove in 2 runners as well. So the winner will play the Lakers at 4 tomorrow. The loser will go up against the Patriots in Mayport CG at 11 o'clock in the morning. The Burros' 5th state tournament appearance twice in the last 3 years. In 2023, making it to Minot here for Velva-Drake Anamoose. The Aggies, this is their back-to-back and their 4th state tournament appearance in program history here for Bryce Gutnick, the head coach for the Aggies. Well, the head coach again for the Burros is Corey Erickson. We'll take a quick break. We'll continue after this with our starting lineups and the opening pitch. That's around the corner next here in Fargo. Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The state-of-the-art STEM Center, along with our theater, music wing, early childhood center, wellness center, and athletic complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with their academics and activities.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The City of Hillsboro invites you to make Hillsboro your home. If you're looking for a new home or a job, check out the opportunities in Hillsboro and see what the community can offer you and your family. Enjoy a quality family life with community, education, church, entertainment, and more. For all neighbors and those driving through the region, we welcome you to come and shop with the businesses in Hillsboro. If you have questions related to services available in the City of Hillsboro, contact the Hillsboro City Office at 701-636-4620.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop, and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial, and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Come make pasta with us. Combine your love of North Dakota and agriculture with a great career at Dakota Growers. They provide you room to grow in your career, develop your skills, and they always put safety first in their state-of-the-art facility. Check out all of their fantastic opportunities at jobs.postholdings.com or scan the QR code. Contact Erica at 701-540-6152 or Wendy 701-997-5066.
That again does it for our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. As we take a look at our starting lineups here for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley, it will be the visitors on the scoreboard. They'll go like this. At a senior is Peyton Quam. Quam was also part of that all-region team and senior athlete of the year in Region 1. Kaylee Kittleson, a senior shortstop with from there for the Burros. You have Kritzberger, the junior center fielder. Adelstead, that's Carsey in the cleanup role for the senior third baseman. Alexis Iverson, the freshman right fielder, will be batting fifth. Miss Chenault, the junior designated player here for Kaya Chenault. As Kaya again will be batting sixth. Chloe Titus, the sophomore, make that the freshman second baseman here for Chloe Tice, as Tice again will be batting seventh. Evelyn Wilson, the junior first baseman, batting eighth, with Jelmstead going to be in left batting ninth, and then Tenley Dickoff here, the eighth grader, in the circle here today. Well, for the Velva-Drake Anamoose Aggies, you'll have in left field on the way here will be Fallon Hudkins. Kittleson will be in center field. Volochenko in right. Peterson at first. Lonis at second. Bruner at short. Abigail Hudkins will be at third base. Then the sister connection upcoming with Grace Ballas in the circle. And then Emma Ballas will be behind the plate here in this one for the Aggies. That again is our starting lineup, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products. Grower owned. That again is crystalsugar.com. Crystalsugar.com. That is our starting lineups as we rev up the engines for the first pitch upcoming here between the Burros and the Aggies in our first game. 6 runs came across combined between Des Lacs Burlington and the Mayport CG Patriots. Make that 5 runs came across in the first inning combined between the Patriots and the Lakers. We'll see what we get for game number 2. Peyton Quam, Kittleson, and Kritzberger. Opening pitch brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Check out Donnie Shots in the World of Outlaws this Saturday in West Fargo at the Red River Valley Speedway. For more information, go to redrivervalleyspeedway.com. That again is redrivervalleyspeedway.com. Opening pitch at 109, and that is lace foul as Corey Erickson and a get out of the way up the third base line for the head coach. Opening pitch again brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Quam hits a frozen rope, but that was going to go foul. It's 0-1. As Ballas here, Grace again in the circle with the 0-1 pitch. This will be swung on and miss. It's now 0-2. The Aggies with their pinstripe white uniforms here. The Velvet Aggie A out in front. Well, for the Burros, their blue pants, the blue numerals, a little bit of white with blue and black down the sides here. The 0-2 got her on front. Quam is retired on 3 pitches, and there's 1 down. Burros out of Region 1 defeated Hankinson Co-op, then topped the Kindred Richland Vikings 8-5 in a winner's bracket game. Lost to the Squirrels of Central Cass in the Region 1 championship, but came back and defeated Kindred Richland in a state qualifier 14-6 as Kittleson takes a strike. It's 0-1. So with that win by the Burros over the Vikings, there will be a new state champion this season in Class B softball. No balls and a strike. The pitch, that'll run out of the zone. It's 1-1. Conditions here on the north end of Fargo right now. Taking a look. Currently 74 degrees. Some clouds that are rolling on through, mostly sunny to partly cloudy is what we expected here. The wind blowing a little bit out to left as this one is popped up, and that'll go out of play as it hits the almost the top of the dugout here. Will be 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Kittleson. But the Burros and Hillsboro Central Valley, second time in 3 years that they've made it to the state tournament. First back in 2012, 17, 19, 2023, and here in 2025 as this one will work in. It's 2-2. Quam Kittleson able to be part of that state tournament team a couple of years ago. Got experience here for Coach Corey Erickson. As you'll see this one working now. The pitch, this one will be popped up, and that'll go to the first baseman, Peterson, and Kittleson is retired, and there's 1 down. Make that 2 down here in the top of the first. Now it's the Kritzberger. Santa Kritzberger here for the Burros. And she will be batting from the right-handed side, trying to get the first base knock here against Grace Ballas in the first inning. First pitch swinging. This one is popped up a mile high. Ballas, that's Grace in the circle. We'll call for it. That's a 3-up, 3 down here in the first as we make our way to the bottom of the first inning on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Burros scoreless with the Aggies coming to the plate.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered 2-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
Bottom of the first inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you here on the north side of Fargo. As the Burros hit a 3-up, 3 down, we'll see what the Aggies do here. Grace Ballas will be batting in the leadoff spot, followed by Abigail Hutkins, the senior third baseman, with Emma Ballas batting third. Starting lineups here for the Aggies, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company as that one rattles in. Valen Hutkins in the cleanup spot, followed by Peterson fourth and Bruner sixth. Jenna Lonis will be batting seventh. This one foul back. It's now 1-1. Williams, the designated player, followed by Vochenko, will be batting ninth. And then Kittleson in that flex spot here today for the Aggies. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll get to the Burros in the field here in a second. 1-1, that'll run out of the zone. It's now 2-1. Jelmstead in left field, Kritzberger in center, Iverson in right, Willison at first base, and then you got on the way with Tice over at second as this one is popped up. That'll go foul now. 2-2. Kittleson at shortstop, Hattlestead at third, Quam behind the plate with Tenley Dickoff here in the circle. Tenley, the 8th grader, here for the Burros. Those starting lineups again brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. The 2-2 that'll run in. It's now 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes here to the sophomore pitcher for the Aggies as Dickoff winds and delivers. 3-2 pitch that'll run inside. It'll be a walk for Ballas, and Grace will take first base here for the Aggies. As you'll have Abigail Hutkins, the senior third baseman, due up now for the Aggies. Here's the pitch on the way. That'll miss. Nope, that'll be in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Final making our way through here today is when we get finals coming on in. We will bring you those throughout the course of the day. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll miss inside. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike with what's also going on over at the state baseball tournament. Thompson picks up a 9-1 win over at Renville County at Newman Outdoor Field. As this one works low, now 2-1, so we'll have coverage tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock of the Thompson Tommies in the semifinals. They will either play Northern Cass or Bishop Ryan Nedrose tomorrow in the semifinals. Here's the 2-1. That'll miss inside as it's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 here to Abigail Hudkins, the senior third baseman. Runner at first base again for the Aggies is Grace Ballas. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That'll miss outside. It's another walk. Runners at first and second on the way here for the Aggies. As now it's to Emma Ballas, the freshman catcher. So for the Aggies, a team that's averaging 10 runs per game, ERA of a 2.14, earned run average. Emma Ballas is their best batter at a 489 batting average with 40 runs driven in coming up here in a swing and miss. No balls and a strike. Well, for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley, a team batting average of 345. 5.35 earned run average as this one's hitting the air to center. There is going to be Kritzberger. Comes in at the gap on a line drive hit, and there's one down. So you get one down here, bottom of the first inning, allowed out here for Emma, as you'll have Fallon Hudkins, the sophomore left fielder, trying to bring the Aggies their first run of the game here on that Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Runners at first and second thanks to a pair of walks right now. Cleanup batter, the sophomore left fielder, will take this one low for a ball. It's now 1-0. So both baseball and softball with 1 game down, with 3 to go here in Fargo for the State B tournament. State A up in Grand Forks. 1-0 pitch. Working out of the way, it's now 2-0 as you see Quam check back the runners, as Grace Ballas was a good third of the way between second and third base, while Hudkins was nearly about half the way between first and second after that one hit the turret. So Tinley Dickoff, the 2-0 pitch, that'll run inside. Now 3-0. All turf here on the north end of Fargo. As it gets a little bit warmer throughout the weekend, it'll get a little bit warmer out in the turf for these players and umpires as well. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That'll be called a strike. It's 3-1. Broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. 3 balls, 1 strike on the way here, as we'll get this for a foul ball. That'll be 3-2 on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Fallon Hudkins. Runner at first base is Abigail Hudkins. Grace Ballas stands at second. Here's the pitch to Fallon. Swing and a miss. Tinley gets the out. A big one at that. Strikeout number 1 here for Dickoff. And there's 2 down. As you'll see now, Kinley Peterson, the senior first baseman, batting number 5 here in the lineup. And the Burros are 1 out away from leaving a couple of lead walks at first and second aboard here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch from Dickoff. That'll work inside, and Peyton Quam has been kept busy here taking a look at the runner in Grace Ballas, who's not going to run to third, but seeing if she can maybe force a throw that goes behind her. But Quam smartly just kind of looking back the runners. Here's the 1-0. That'll work inside again. Now it'll be 2-0. Fell behind Fallon Hudkins. Now falling behind Kinley Peterson here in the bottom of the first inning for the Burros. Once we get to the second, it'll be Hattlestead, Iverson, and Chenault, the 4, 5, and 6 batters. 2-0 pitch all the way to the backstop. Both runners will scamper up 60 feet. Now it's 3-0 here to Peterson. For the Aggies, they defeated Washburn Center Stanton 19-love in the first round of the Region 4 tournament. Defeated Hart River 5-4, then blanked Beulah 11-0 in the Region for a championship game to qualify for the state tournament. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Last year for Velva-Drake Anamoose as this one goes off the glove of Dickoff, and coming in to score is going to be Ballas from third base. So coming from third will be Grace, and it's a 1-0 lead on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. There's still 2 out with a runner at second base, so that throw that goes off of Dickoff's glove, and immediately coming in was Grace Ballas from third, and now it's 3-1 here to Peterson. 3-1, this one will make it now 3-2. Runner's going to break the throw by Quam, and they get the runner out at third base. So Hutkins is going to be caught stealing out at third. It'll have been a 3-2 count to Kenley Peterson, but a run does come in on no hits. There were no errors in a no runners left on base. After one, it's a 1-0 lead for the Aggies here on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seat Sales scoreboard.
Life is full of surprises, and at Bickett Insurance Agency of Carrington, they're here to protect what matters most to you. Bickett Insurance is your local auto owner's insurance agency, offering home, auto, business, crop, health, or life insurance with personalized solutions tailored to your needs and budget. With over 20 years of experience, trust Bickett Insurance Agency to provide you with peace of mind. Let's ensure your future is secure with Bickett Insurance Agency services, serving Foster and Stutzman counties and throughout the state of North Dakota. Bickett Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agency, protecting what matters most.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Top of the second inning here on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Chase Miller with you from the north side of Fargo. It is a 1-0 lead for the Aggies. Hattlestead will see this one foul tipped into the backstop. It's now 0-1. Hattlestead, Iverson, and Chenault do up here for the Burros. After one run came across, Dickoff did a nice job in that inning after a pair of leadoff walks to only give up one, and even the one run, the Burros, quite frankly, would like to have that one back, but instead, down by one here early, still a lot of softball yet to be played as it's now 1-1 as the pitch misses inside to Hattlestead. Burros will see this miss low now at 2-1. Still to come later today, Central Cass Carrington also on your liveevent.com. That'll be a battle of Region 1 and Region 2. Then Beulah and Botno in a battle of Region 3 and Region 4 later today. That one we will not have coverage of for audio only, as we will continuously follow the Burros, the Patriots, and Mayport CG, Carrington, and the Central Cass Squirrels. As Hattlestead hits one foul, it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch hit, and that one will go foul off the left heel of Carsey at the plate. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Hattlestead, the senior third baseman. Going to be the first base runner of the game, while Grace Ballas with a strikeout so far at Peyton Quam, as this one is fouled back. Good battle here between Grace and Carsey. Here to begin things off in the top of the second inning. Runs were hard to come by for the Patriots against Sierra Yale, where she gave up just 1 hit, 2 runs. There was a couple of errors, 2 walks in the game. That's what both these pitchers would like to do, a similar performance. This is a fly ball. That's got some juice to straightaway center, way back, and it's gone! A round tripper for Hattlestead, and we're knotted at 1. A solo homer that right off the bat that sounded good. It's 218 to straightaway center, and she popped that at least 225, if not 230. Hattlestead ties it up at 1 apiece. That particular battle now officially won by Hattlestead after a couple of foul ball pitches, and the Burros immediately answer that 1 run in the bottom half of the first with a solo homer here in the second. Now it's to Iverson. Iverson looking to bunt, hits one up the third baseline, barehanded by Grace Ballas. Not in time. It's an infield base hit for Iverson on the bunt. Grace Ballas did everything she could, barehanded it, and was perfectly executed up the third base line. And now there's a runner on here in the second inning as it goes to Chenault, the junior designated player here for the Burros. And what will be the play for head coach Corey Erickson and the HCV Burros here? Runner's going to go, swing and a miss, throw down off the glove of Bruner. If that would have been a clean throw by Emma Ballas, there might have been a run thrown out at second base. But once it went off the glove of Bruner, Iverson easily able to get in there with a steal. And now it's 1 ball, no balls, 1 strike on the way, and the Burros with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Chenault sees this one hit, and this one will be a one-hopper. Bruner will pick it up. Now she's got the lead runner in a little bit of a pickle, but going to first base, here will be Chenault. So Bruner fielded it, one hopped off for a glove, went about 5 feet into short center field, and then standing there was Iverson. She was kind of torn between a rock and a hard spot. Bruner went to Abigail Hunkins, and by the time the throw went to third, sprinting back to second was Iverson. So reaching base on a fielder's choice will be Chenault. Runners at first and second. Here's a bunt. This one will go foul. It's 0-1 by Chloe Tice. So just like that, after a 3-up, 3-down first inning, the Burros putting the bat on the ball here in the second. A solo home run by Hattlestead. Iverson with a single and a stolen base, and Chenault reaches base on a fielder's choice. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's now 0-2. Well, the Burros would love to take the lead here. A grade A opportunity. 3 batters up, 3 batters on here in the top of the second inning. 0-2 pitch on the way. Foul tip to the backstop. Grace Ballas with a strikeout of Quam, a fly out of Kittleson, and a pop out of Kritzberger there in the first. But the Burro bats came alive here in inning number 2. Runner at second is Iverson. Chenault stands at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground up the first baseline. That'll go foul at 0-2. And you can tell what Chloe was trying to do. Stay behind the softball, and if you're going to record an out, at least get something towards the right side to bring the lead runner to third base. As that one was working on the outside, 200 feet down the left and right field lines, 218 again to straightaway center. The 0-2 pitch, got her for a strikeout. Grace Ballas gets the punch out. There's 1 down here in the second inning. Now it's to Willison. Evelyn coming up to the plate here for the Burros. The junior first baseman trying to drive in a run in that number 8 spot here in the lineup. As she'll bluff a bunt, seeing what the defensive alignment was going to be. You had Abigail Hunkins sprinting down from third base. Bruner, the shortstop, went to third, and Lonis, the second baseman, went to second to cover the runners. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit right back up. That'll go to the pitcher. They get 1 out at third. A chance for 2, not in time. So good play by Grace Ballas. It was a one-hopper, and she immediately looked at Abigail Huckins. They get the lead runner there. Chenault will go to second base. Williston reaches on a fielder's choice, and there's 2 down here in the second inning as Iverson is retired at third. By about another foot, they might have had the double play from Abigail Huckins to Peterson. Instead, there's 2 down, and it will be now to Jelmstead. The left fielder hits this one towards the press box here. It's now 0-1. Jelmstead can climb aboard. Peyton Quam is on the on-deck circle here for Hillsboro Central Valley. In this inning, a solo home run by Carsey Hattlestead to tie it up at 1 apiece. Burros, we'll see this with the 0-1. This will be hit on the ground up the third base line. That'll go foul now, 0-2. For the Aggies, bottom of the second inning, they will have Peterson, Bruner, and Lonis do up the 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Aggies upcoming in the bottom of the second. A game that started back at 1:09 here this afternoon. No balls, 2 strikes. Grace Ballas, we'll see this one miss inside. It's 1-2. 1-2 offering upcoming here on the way to Jumpstead. This one foul back off the netting. And we'll keep it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Saw an earlier battle where a couple of foul balls by Hattlestead eventually allowed her to pipe one to center field for a homer. Jumpstead would love that, but more importantly would like to put the ball in play and see if she can bring in the runner at second base in Chenault. 1-2 off speed. Got her for the strikeout looking. There was a run across on 2 hits, no errors with 2 runners left on base. We played an inning and a half on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette seat sales scoreboard. We're knotted at 1.
At Gar Dental Center, dentistry is about people first. They're proud to offer exceptional care to Carrington and the surrounding areas. Meet Dr. Gar and Dr. Sam and their dedicated team of dental professionals. Gar Dental is your home for dental implants, along with a wide variety of services, including guided biofilm therapy. Their experienced dental team is here to ensure you smile with confidence. Visit them at gardental.com or call 701-652-2300 to schedule an appointment today.
See you soon!
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
As we get to an in-game update brought to you in part by Ryan Opdahl with Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. Up in Grand Forks, Minot High defeats Davies 2-1. The Magi, the West number 1 seed against the East number 4 seed in Fargo. Davies, Minot High picks up a 2-1 win. That in-game update from Grand Forks brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance. Ryan Opdahl. Visit their agency in downtown Hillsboro or call 701-436-5777. Bottom of the second inning, 1 ball, 1 strike on the way to Kinley Peterson. And this is Peterson's second time she's already seen Tinley in the circle. After the Aggies ran themselves out of the first inning when the count was going to be 3-2 to Peterson. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Kinley. The senior first baseman Bruner and Lonis due up. A 1-1 will rattle inside as it now will be 2-1. Dickoff in that first inning gave up 1 run. No hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. 2-1 pitch. Big rip at it. It's now 2-2. Winner heads to state semifinals. Loser will play in the consolation portion of the bracket upcoming here later this weekend. This one be popped up. Willison at first, able to glove it. And there's 1 down. Now it's to Bruner coming up here. The Aggies in 2024 at state upended the number 1 seed in the Mayport CG Patriots in Jamestown 2-1. Eventually lost to the Vikings in the semifinals 11-0 and fell to Beulah for third in the third place game, finishing 4th last year in the Buffalo City. Quincy Bruner will take this for a ball. It's now 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. One ball, no strikes on the way here from Dickoff. The pitch. I'll miss outside. It's now 3-0, excuse me. Well, for the Burros, going back their last particular state tournament in 2023, as this one goes off the glove of Quam. Bruner will take first base on a walk, and there's a runner aboard. Hillsboro Central Valley took 6th back in 2023 at the state tournament. As now for the Aggies, you'll see it here with Jenna Lonis, the second baseman, the sophomore. She'll take a strike on the inner part of the plate. It's 0-1. Then back in 2018, 2019. The Burros able to win a first-round game against the Aggies, 8-7. That was back in 2019. Here's a bunt popped up, and Quam just runs out of room. It's going to be 0-2. Burros would eventually play for third place in 2019 and take fourth. So sixth in 2023, fourth place in 2019 here for the Burros. No balls, 2 strikes to Jenna Lonis, the number 7 batter in the Aggies lineup. 0-2 pitch, just misses off the plate. On the outer part, it's 1-2. Burro fans were looking for a strike 3 called. Instead, make it now 1-2. Good pitch, though, by Tinley. That's where you want to live, on that edge. 1-2 offering, swing and a miss, and she gets the strikeout. And Dickoff gets her second punch out of the afternoon, and there's 2 down. Now it goes to Hayden Williams, the senior designated player here for the Aggies. Wind that's blowing a little bit out to straightaway center field here as this Tharaldson Park aligns. This one will be popped up. That'll go foul. And on the bunt attempt by Williams, it's 0-1. Due east down the left field line, due south down the right field line. You see the track and field for North Dakota State in right to right center. Newman Outdoor Field in the distance, straightaway center. 0-1 pitch. The runner's going to go. There's a throw by Quam with the tag by Kittleson. Oh, what a play. Quam to Kittleson, and Bruner is retired at second. Caught stealing. That's the second caught stealing Aggie here in this contest as we make our way to the third on the Golden Harvest Timp Gazette Seattle scoreboard. We're tied at 1 apiece.
Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of cards plus pre-owned cards as well. Bring the kids along and have them try out the skee ball and foosball table while you browse jerseys, hats, and other items. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles in Hillsboro.
Embrace the joy of community at Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, where wonderful neighbors and energetic minds come together. If you're seeking more than just a place to call home, you found the right spot with Halstead Living Center and Heritage House. Whether your interests lie in music, agriculture, sports, or dancing, you'll find someone who shares your passion and expertise. Discover a fulfilling lifestyle filled with connection and celebration with Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead. Get more information by calling 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Make a really nice defensive play. You come up to start the next half inning here. Peyton Quam will do so after her second thrown out Aggie on the base pass here today. So 2 innings so far, knotted at 1. Peyton Quam with a strikeout her last time up. Now we'll have a 1-0 offering. Grace Ballas, 2 innings of work, 2 hits, 1 run, and 2 strikeouts. Quam will hit this one foul. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. So the West has already put a team in the semifinals. If the Aggies can win this, it'll be 2 teams from the West. If the Burros will have a split on the upper half of the bracket. The 2 seed, Delax Burlington Lewis and Clark with a 5-2 win over the Mayport CG Patriots. The 3-seeded Aggies right now here going up against the Burros as this one will miss in. It's 2-1. Quam, Kittleson, and Kritzberger again here for Hillsboro Central Valley. A 2-1 pitch. That'll miss. Out of the zone, it's 3-1. A game that's a half hour old so far on the north end of Fargo. Nice looking crowd. As fans are in the seats and down the both first and third base lines here. Taking in this contest. 3-1 pitch. Foul back off the netting. It's now 3-2. Broadcast today from the Chad's Excavating broadcast booth. Their field drain tile. Chad's Excavating. Helping farmers grow and helping you with your water management plans. Give them a call at 701-430-0182. That again is Chad's Excavating. Broadcasting today from the broadcast booth here on the north side of Fargo. They've done some tiling work up here as well with some of these nice facilities. Here's a fly ball. That's got a chance to right center field. Way back, and that's off the wall. Quam around first, on her way to second. Takes a big bounce. Quam's looking for a triple, and why not? It's a stand-up triple here for Quam, and the Burros have the go-ahead run at third base. An inside-out swing that you looked up and you said, that's got a chance to get out of here. hits about 2 feet up off the wall, and then the right fielder, Volonchenko, that stands in right here for Velva-Drake Anamoose, just unable to play it, and then it was not backed up well by Kittleson, so that allowed Quam to go from second to third. It's a triple here for the Burros. Now it's to Kittleson. Kittleson looking for the bunt. The catcher will play it. They get the out there, but coming in on the delayed will be Peyton Quam. Quam was just reading the catcher and Emma Ballas. Put that one in play was Kittleson. Coming in to score will be Quam, and just like that, it's a 2-1 lead here for Hillsboro Central Valley. So Kittleson will put the bunt in play, as she did, just put it about 2 feet in a really good spot in front of the catcher, as this one then will come in and ring in and hit Kritzberger. She will take first base. So going back to the play from Corey Erickson that they put on, a triple by Quam. Kaylee Kittleson just put a bunt about 2 feet in front of home plate, and Quam was just reading Emma, the catcher, the entire way, going, if you're going to throw it, I'm going to make my way down, because we had the third baseman also coming down the line a little bit, so there was no backside third baseman to keep the runner close at third. And now with one down, Kritzberger was hit by a pitch. First pitch swinging this one off the end of the bat. Hattlestead will be retired. That'll go to Grace Ballas in the circle, and there's 2 down. But the Burros do have a lead here in the third inning, their first one of the contest. Now it goes to Iverson with a single and a stolen base back in the second inning. Burros putting the ball in play, forcing the Aggies defense to work behind him. Here's the pitch on the way. This one will be fouled, and having to dance out of the way, Chenault in the hitter's circle up the first base line. The visitors up the first base line here in Fargo. The home team up the third base line. Facility that, at one point, the crown jewel, quite honestly, in North Dakota, but seen a lot of, whether it's high school or college facilities, now have turf and add some different amenities. The 0-1 pitch. When you saw this facility, you just kind of heard from the Bison softball players saying it's nice to go to a spot that's got batting cages, that has a couple of different pitching circles where you can kind of work on if you're a pitcher catcher, and then similar you can just use at any time with turf throughout the course of the season if you want to train. The 0-2 pitch, this one will get by Emma at the catcher, so on the YO pitch will allow Kritzberger to scamper into scoring position at second. And as you see the 1-2 upcoming here with the pitch on the way to Iverson. Ballas right now looks into her sister, Grace, with the pitch. The 1-2, swing and a miss. And that'll retire the side, but a run does come across here in the inning as the Burros have taken the lead on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard as they lead 2-1.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the Burros, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Stay tuned for more information about the all-school reunion coming up in Carrington this summer, July 10th through the 13th. Check out Facebook for more information.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. 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 Carrington, North Dakota.
Bottom of the third inning, swung on and foul back is Williams, as this one will be now no balls and one strike on the way. There's a swing and a miss. It's now 0-2. Tenley, Dickoff so far 2 innings of work. No hits, a run 3 walks and 2 strikeouts so far. Williams, no balls and 2 strikes. 8, 9, and 1 batters here for the Aggies, as this one will run all the way towards the turf inside, and it will be a 1-2 count upcoming. Northern Cass getting ready for their game with Bishop Ryan Nedrose a little bit later on here today. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Tinley gets her 3rd strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now it's to Volochenko here, the junior right fielder. Volochenko here for Drake Anamoose. Velva-Drake Anamoose, the right fielder, batting number 9 here in the lineup. As this works out of the zone, it's 1-0. Starting to see some of the members of the Carrington Cardinals have made their way watching this game, checking it out. We'll see Central Cass arriving here a little bit later on for that 4 o'clock scheduled start. And then Beulah and Botno will play about a half hour later, roughly at 6 tonight. 1-0 pitch, that'll miss low. Now 2-0 to Volochenko. State Class B softball tournament rotating between Fargo in 2022. Able to be in Minot 2 years ago. Jamestown last season, now back to Fargo this year. 3 balls, no strikes. The A tournament up at the newly fined Albrecht Field that the University of North Dakota is using, and we'll be there for the Shield Softball All-Star Series on Monday. As this will be called a strike, it's now 3-1. We've seen Tenley at times fall behind batters 2-0, 3-0, but then get a strike or 2. And trying to force these Aggie batters to put one in play and see if they can take that lumber off the side of the shoulder. Instead, it's a 5-pitch walk. That'll be the 4th free pass here by Dickoff of the game, and there's a runner on here in the 3rd inning. The Aggies have left 0 runners on because they've been caught stealing at 3rd and 2nd to finalize outs of an inning. 1 run across for the Aggies in the bottom of the 1st. For the Burros, a run in the 2nd and a run in the 3rd. Now it goes back to Grace. Big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Wallace here with a walk and a single back in the 1st inning for the Aggies. Here's the 0-1 pitch. I'll be at the knee on the inner part of the plate. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Thompson Tommies earlier today making it back to the state baseball semifinals. They played in the state championship 7 of the last 8 years and won 3 straight from the baseball side. As this one has popped up a mile high, the second baseman Tice calls everybody off and able to get the out, and there's 2 down. So Tommies will wait their opponent. We'll have audio-only coverage on your live event throughout the weekend for Thompson baseball. The same for Northern Cass baseball. They're ready to get their game underway against Bishop Ryan Nedrose here in a few minutes. Runner at first base again is Volochenko. Abigail Hunkins with the walk. They're going to try to get the runner. It goes to Kittleson. Kittleson gives it back to Willison. Willison looks to apply the tag, and they do it again. The Aggies for the 3rd inning will run themselves out of an inning. So constantly be Volochenko, Quam to Kittleson, and putting on the brakes there was Volochenko. She knew she was dead to rights and trying to get herself out of a pickle. Kittleson to Willison to apply the tag. That'll retire the side. As we make our way to the 4th, the Burros lead it by 1.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
So far, the story of this game, if you're just joining us, has been Peyton Kwon behind the plate, throwing out base runners here for the Aggies in the first, second, and now the third innings, respectively. 3 times they tried to steal, and all 3 times they have been gunned down. Chenault, Tyson, Willison here for the Burros, who played a run in the second and the third, as we're midway through this contest on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. There's a 0-1 pitch. Here's a fly ball. That's a line drive shot to left. That'll two-hop the wall. Playing it there is going to be Hunkins, as making her way from first to second with a stand-up double is Chenault. And the Burros have a runner on here to begin things off in the fourth. A line drive hit for Chenault, the junior designated player. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner coming in now for the Burros. That's coming up to the plate will be Chloe Tice. Corey Erickson talking with our home plate umpire here, and wearing number 5 coming out of the dugout here will be Anderson. So Abigail Anderson will run here for Chenault. Well, Burros have made some good contact so far against Grace Ballas here in the circle, particularly after the 3-up, 3-down first. The Burros sent 6 batters to the plate in the second, 5 in the third. They've left 3 runners on so far, as they've had 4 hits here in this one. Chloe Tice 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and that's what Grace will love here. This one's going to be bunted instead. Fielding it immediately towards the first baseman there to Peterson. Tice is retired on the sacrifice bunt, but Anderson does gain the 60 feet as she stands at third, and it's been a little bit of a small ball variety here for the Burros, as well as it's been the long ball. They've got a triple, they've got a double, they've got a single and a home run. They've hit the cycle, but they've also used a sacrifice bunt to their advantage now a couple of times, once bringing a runner in on a delayed little squeeze, and then the other time here on a bunt to move him up to third base, as Willison takes this one outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The Burros 14 wins, 11 losses on the season, going up against the Aggies, who are 22-3-2 on the years. This one is popped up, playable for the first baseman who comes in at first with Peterson. That one just jammed Willison there. Couldn't get the extension out in front, and there's 2 down. Now Jelmstead. Jelmstead 0 for 1 with a strikeout her last time up in the second inning. But the Burros would love an extra run here in the top of the fourth. As Jelmstead will take a ball outside, then back to Peyton Quam on the on-deck circle. Well, for the Aggies, it'll be their 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate in the bottom of the fourth inning. As the Burros lead by 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Big swing by Jelmstead. It's 1-1. Grace Ballas here in the circle for Velva-Drake Anamoose so far. 3 2/3 innings of work. She's given up 4 hits, 2 runs, a hit batter, and 2 strikeouts. 1-1 makes it 1-2 on the swing there by Jelmstead. Reminder, we'll have coverage of the Burros throughout the course of this state softball tournament. Tomorrow, the winner of this game will play at 4. The loser would play at 11 o'clock in the morning. There's the 1-2. That'll work outside. Now 2-2. Fourth batter here in the inning for Hillsboro Central Valley after a leadoff double by Chenault. The courtesy runner with Anderson stands at third base. 2-2 popped up, and this one will run out of play and go into the first row here into the stands. And a nice one-handed catch, as we'll keep it at 2-2. Todd Olson, our tournament official here with the Fargo Public School District, will take the softball and make it sway back down to the softball diamond here. Not like when you go to the Red Hawks games or the Twins where you get to keep that foul ball. Here you bring it back into play. 2-2. Big swing, and Grace gets a strikeout. That'll retire the side with Jelmstead. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. The Burros lead it by 1.
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We at Irie Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Bottom of the fourth inning here on your liveevent.com. Chase Miller with you from the north side of Fargo. It's a tightly tested quarterfinal round contest so far. 2-1 in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley over Velva-Drake Anamoose as we make our way through the middle part of this contest. The 2-3-4 batters with Abigail Hutkins. As this one will work outside, it's now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on the way. Hutkins with the walker first time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll be called a strike. It's now 1-1. We'll also like to thank one of our sponsors, Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. That again is dhb.bank. The 1-1 pitch is swung on a miss at 1-2. Providing coverage here and sponsorship for us to provide you State B baseball and softball coverage here in Fargo. The 1-2 pitch. Dickoff gets her 4th strikeout, and there's one down here in the 4th inning. Now goes to Emma. As Ballas here will come up. Flew out to the center fielder, Kritzberger. That's Emma here. She takes a strike. It's 0-1. Last time the Aggies put a ball in play, 3rd inning to finish it off. They haven't put the ball in play too many times, just once in the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd. And it's been a pop out and a couple of flyouts here today against Tenley. As this one works outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Aggies lone run back in the 1st inning off of a unique play. 1-1 pitch. That'll work inside. It's 2-1. You had Grace Ballas earn a walk. The same for Abigail Hutkins. So they had runners at 2nd and 3rd. And after a wild pitch allowed them to allowed them to get to 2nd and 3rd. The 2-1 swung and a miss. It's 2-2. The throw from Quam after a batter with Fallon Hutkins, who eventually struck out, but threw it to Tinley as she normally does. It went off her glove. 2-2 pitch that'll work outside. It's 3-2. And then by the time she was able to get it as well with Tice at second base, already sprinting down from 3rd, and heads up base running by Grace Ballas to come in off the play to make it a 1-0 lead at that time for the Aggies. This one foul back to the backstop. As it'll now be 3-2 again. So that's been the only run of the game on a unique situation where, again, the ball is live throughout. So if you're at 3rd base, you're just hoping and praying, and you hear coaches always say, be ready. You just never know what could happen in the game of softball as they were able to score their lone run so far of the game. The pitch on the way, that one will earn a walk. Emma Ballas will be at first base here for the Aggies. As you will see now, Fallon Hutkins. In a developing theme, the Aggies have at least gotten a base runner on in every inning, but they've had 0 left aboard because there's been 3 caught stealing by Peyton Quam behind the plate. Got Hutkins out at 3rd base in the 1st, got Bruner out at 2nd in the 2nd, and got Volonchenko in a pickle in the 3rd. 1 ball, no strikes here to Fallon Hutkins. Dickoff with the 1-0. That'll work inside now, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Gonna hitter's count right now to the sophomore left fielder and cleanup batter. 2-0 pitch is going to be fisted down the first base line in front of the right fielder, Iverson. Iverson then having a trouble there, going to 3rd base as you're going to get the single, and then she just couldn't take the bounce properly, as that allowed the runners to get up an extra 60 feet. So Emma Ballas will be at 3rd base. Hutkins will make her way to second, and that's the first base hit of the game against Dickoff here for Velva-Drake Anamoose, and the Aggies will have runners at second and third. Tying run and go-ahead run on base here for the Aggies, bottom of the fourth inning, as the infield will come in now here for Hillsboro Central Valley with Peterson popped up her first time up. First pitch swinging at Peterson, like to get a 3-run homer. Instead, we'll swing and a miss. It's a strike. It's 0-1. Best opportunity for the Aggies since the first inning against Dickoff to try to put a run on the board. As this will be low, it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Jelmstead in left, Kritzberger in center, Iverson in right. Iverson's throw to third base allowed Hudkins then to go from first to second. Willison at first base, Tice at second here for the Burros. 1-1 pitch. It'll work out of the zone now, 2-1. Kittleson at short, Hattlestead at third, and Quam behind the plate. This has been an interesting game from the start. Been some good pitching, seen some quality hits. Here's the 2-1. That'll work inside, and now these Aggies batters being a little more patient at the plates. Seeing Dickoff kind of getting to 2-3 ball counts consistently, wondering if they can maybe draw another walk here by Peterson. Well, Tinley does have 4 walks and 4 strikeouts so far here in the game. 3-1, it'll be a 5-pitch walk, the second walk of the inning, the 5th one of the game, and the bases are full as Quam threw down to the third baseman Hattlestead, and diving back was Emma Ballas. As now it's going to be Quincy Bruner, who drew a 4-pitch walk her last time up, then caught stealing in the second. Bases full of Aggies, nowhere to put them, as you'll have again bases full here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Bruner will take a strike, it's 0-1. 5th batter of the inning for Velva-Drake Anamoose. 1 run in the first, the Burros with a run in the second and a run in the third. There's the 0-1 pitch. Bruner fouls this one back. It's now 0-2. So Dickoff gets ahead of a Aggie batter here. She did strike out Hudkins to begin the 4th. At one point, struck out 3 out of 4 batters, 3 out of 5 batters between the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. Here's the 0-2. That'll be out of the zone on a rise ball. That'll take Quam off of her crouch. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind's starting to pick up just a little bit more here, blowing out towards center field here at Theraldson Park. A 1-2 pitch. This one will be a foul ball as it hits the turf, then goes off the batter in Bruner here, and will keep it at 1-2. Still to come later today, Central Cass and Carrington about 2 hours from now for the scheduled first pitch with the Squirrels and the Cardinals. We'll have that for you on yourliveevent.com for our audio-only coverage. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Dickoff gets her 5th strikeout. 2 down here in the 4th. Now to Jenna Lonis. Lonis with a strikeout her last time up in the 2nd. Runner at 3rd is Emma Ballas. You have Hudkins at 2nd and Peterson at 1st here for the Aggies. Dickoff with the pitch, swing and a miss. Low in the zone, good location. Jenna trying to drive one somewhere for the sophomore second baseman. It's now 0-1. No balls and a strike. This will be out of the zone. It's 1-1. 6 batters here in the inning. As we'll see the 1-1 pitch upcoming. That'll work inside. It's now 2-1. I think some of the Burrow fans are waiting for a strike call, but that one a little too much on the inner part. Off the plate. Now Lonis sees a 2-1 pitch coming here from Dickoff. This one will hop all the way back to the backstop, and doing a good job staying put at 3rd again was Emma Ballas there, because Quam got to it quickly, but it makes it 3-1. As that one hopped right in front of home plate all the way to the backstop, but Quam has shown these Aggie batters and these runners that you don't want to run on her even coming down 3rd to home. Big pitch here from Dickoff. 3-1. Out of the zone, it's a walk, and we're knotted at 2. Third walk of the inning. Emma Ballas will come in and score the second run of the game. It'll be a run driven in by Jenna Lonis. And now the Aggies with a chance to bring the go-ahead run with Hayden Williams. Williams will dance out of the way. It's 1-0. This is what makes Dickoff both effective but also wild here as Corey Erickson will talk it over here in the circle. We'll take a quick break with them here. Bases full with 2 outs in the 4th.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
On the Golden Harvest Temp Gazette seat sales scoreboard, Corey Erickson just bringing out a little bit of a bottle of water to Tenley in the circle there, allowing her to collect her breath. Bases full here in the 4th inning. Be 1 ball, no strikes upcoming to Hayden Williams. And what we were saying before the break, it makes Dickoff almost effectively wild, where you're getting 5 strikeouts, but you've given up 6 walks and just 1 hit. So as a batter, how aggressive do you want to be from the Velva-Drake Anamoose perspective? And they're being a little more patient here in the 4th inning than what they were the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd. This one fouled back. It's 1-1. More so looking for your spot, where sometimes you'll see a pitcher who is so much in the groove where you're down 0-1, you're down 0-2, where if you don't swing at that 1st or 2nd pitch, you might not see anything you can try to drive somewhere. As Dickoff hits the outer part of the plate, good spot. It's now 1-2. Tied at 2 apiece, nowhere to put Williams. Batter number 8 here for the Aggies. Dickoff looking for strikeout number 6. 1-2 will run inside. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Volonchenko due up next here for the Aggies. For the Burros in the 5th, it'll be the top of the lineup. Peyton Quam, Kittleson, and Kritzberger upcoming for the Burros. 2-2 strike. Nope, that one will work inside. From my perspective, it looked like it was a strike 3 looking. Instead, will make the count 3-2. The Burro faithful, they started clapping, and 1 or 2 got off their chairs thinking that was strike 3. Instead, it will work the count to 3-2 to Hayden Williams. Payoff pitch, strike 3, looking to retire the side. There was 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. We have played 4 today on the Golden Harvest Temp Gazette seat sales scoreboard, tied at 2 on your liveevent.com.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
At Sendak Cooperative, we are proud to be your trusted full-service grain, agronomy, and energy choice for our communities in central North Dakota. For all of your grain, agronomy, and energy decisions, they are proud to support our local farmers and communities we work and live in. With our state-of-the-art facilities and dedicated team, we ensure your farming operation will be looked at with care and efficiency. Whether you're looking for marketing decisions, agronomy needs, fuel for your operation, or a hot cup of coffee at their C-stores, Sendak Cooperative has you covered. Visit them online at sendakcooperative.com to learn more about how they can serve you. Sendak Cooperative, proud to serve our communities in central North Dakota.
Top of the 5th inning here for Hillsboro Central Valley, as they will be coming up to the plate here in a brand new game tied at 2 apiece. As we take a look here for Peyton Quam. First pitch swinging, hits one in the air. That's down the left field line, off the wall. Quam around first, on her way to second. Here comes Hendricks' throw, and it's a sliding, ringing double for Quam. Her 2nd extra base hit of the contest. And the Burros have a runner on here to begin things off in the 5th. That'll be the 5th hit of the game against Chris Ballas here in the circle. you've had Hudkins, that's Fallon in left, with Kittleson in center, Volenchenko in right here for the Aggies. Abigail Hudkins at third with Bruner at shortstop, Lonis at second, Peterson at first with Emma Ballas behind the plate. Grace Ballas here. We'll see the runner in Quam going from second to third as the third baseman came down. Bruner had to cover at shortstop and make her way all the way to third, so heads up base running by Quam as she gets into scoring position as Kittleson takes a ball. It's now 1-0. Kittleson 0 for 1 with a bunter last time up on the sack variety that played at Quam. 1-0 pitch. This one works inside. It's 2-0. Kritzberger and Hattelstead again here for the Burros. Here's the 2-0 offering. Fly ball, that's got some legs. Way back to the warning track, gone! That 2-run dinger by Kittleson. And Kittleson brings the Burros with a 4-2 lead. Second home run of the contest here for HCV. This a 2-run shot, and just like that, the Burro faithful on their feet. It's a 4-2 lead here for Hillsboro Central Valley. You saw the solo homer by Hattelstead in the second. This a 2-run shot by Kittleson. 2 batters up, 2 batters in here in the fifth. The senior Kittleson gives the Burros the lead right back. This one is going to be popped up, playable for the shortstop Bruner on the swing by Kritzberger into short left field, and there's one down. As you'll see, Hattelstead now coming up to the plates. So a 2-run homer there by Kittleson, and the ball has been jumping out of the yard here today at Theraldson Park as we saw the home run as well by Yale for Delax, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark back in the first quarterfinal round game. As this misses outside, it's 1-0. Hattelstead with a solo home run back in the second, popped out to the pitcher her last time up in the third. 1 ball, no strikes. Batter number 4 here for Corey Erickson and the Burros in the lineup. Popped up. This one will look to stay in play. The question is, who's going to find it? And between Emma Ballas and Peterson, they can't find it in the sun, and there's going to be a strike for Hattelstead. But more importantly, that quite frankly should have been caught for the second out. Instead, the Burros get an extra out to work with here in the 5th inning. And Kersey make them pay to find a way to get on board. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the senior third baseman. 1-1, that'll work inside. It's now 2-1. Still to come later today on the postgame show once we get there. Brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Get to our Halstead Telephone Company postgame connection. Our player of the game brought to you in part by Enbridge Energy. That and more. And speaking of connection, that ball has gone to left. Another homer for the Burros. Carsey Hattelstead hit that one to Moorhead. It's 5-2 HCV. The third home run of the contest, the second by Hattelstead in her own right. It's a 5-2 lead for the Burros. As we'll see another base hit, a run driven in. As the head coach here for the Aggies, Bryce Gutneck's going to come out and talk it over with his infield and also with his pitcher here. A double by Kwame, 2-run homer by Kittleson, and a Hattelstead solo home run. That, quite frankly, was the hardest hit ball of them all. Here today, it's 5-2 Hillsboro Central Valley. Broadcasting today from the Chad's Excavating broadcast booth. Chad's Excavating, helping farmers grow and helping with your water management plans. Get in touch with Chad at 701-430-0182. That's 701-430-0182. But how about the Burros here in the 5th? They've had 3 extra base hits here in the inning, and they've taken the lead now at 5-2 as this one works inside to Iverson. It's 1-0. Corey Erickson mentioned in our pregame show that making it to state this season with this club was expected. They felt like they had the experience. They had the players to put quality games together. They've just let an inning or 2 here and there against some quality Cubs kind of get away from them, similar to the region championship against Central Cass, but with how the Burros are hitting right now, if they can continue to swing the bat like this, look out. Here's the 1-1 from Bayless. This would be a high grounder that goes right back up the middle, just hit them where they ain't. Iverson with a single, her second base hit of the contest, and the Burros just keep the battery going and the line of moving here in the 5th. As now you have Kaya Chenault. Runner at first base is Iverson, as Chenault has reached base twice with a fielder's choice and a double. As the left fielder in Hudkinson's been kept busy looking over the wall here today against the Burros. This one will run in. Runners in a break from first to second. And eventually going into scoring position here will be Iverson on the 1-0. Count now to Chenault. This is one of those innings for the Burros. How greedy can you get? 3 runs across so far in the top of the 5th. We've seen this Aggie club get runners on against Dickhoff. 1-0 pitch. This is going to be popped up, playable in the infield. Lonis will give way to the shortstop here. Bruner behind the circle, and there's 2 down. Now it goes to Chloe Tice. As you'll see, Tice coming up to the plate here for Hillsboro Central Valley. 7th batter here of the inning for the Burros. Runner at second base again is Iverson. Grace Ballas looking to get out of the inning here with 3 runs against, all with the home run variety. A 2-run shot by Kittleson and a solo blast by Hattlestead. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on the way here to Tice, who's 0 for 1 day with a sacrifice bunt her last time up in the 4th. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss inside now. 2-0. The Burros have left 4 batters aboard so far today, or base runners. Well, for the Aggies, they left the bases full in the 4th. They did score 1 run in that 4th inning. A chance for a bigger 4th went awry. This one works up now. It's 3-0. Contest is nearing the 70-minute mark here today in Fargo. 3 balls, no strikes. Here, Tice. 3-0 pitch, not going through the zone. It's a 4-pitch walk. For Ballas in the circle for Grace. She's got a hit by pitch of Kritzberger and a walk by Tice. Runners at first and second right now, as you'll see Willison. But what this is doing for the Burros perspective is, the top third of the lineup is coming up one more time, maybe even a second time here if they can keep it going. Will be called a strike. It's on 1. The most batters to the plate of the inning in a half inning here for HCV is 8 here in the 5th. No balls and a strike as Grace Ballas with the pitch. 0-1 is going to be hit on the ground. That's a 2-hopper off the glove of the shortstop. Bruner into short center field. Iverson coming on to score. It's a 6-2 lead here for HCV. That one hit right back up the middle. Iverson will come in to score. Tice will be at second. Willison gets her first base hit of the contest. A run driven in at that. And now it's a 6-2 lead here for the Burros. Now to Jelmstad here coming up to the plate. As she will take a strike. It's 0-1. Jelmstad 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. But for the Burros, if it's not been a pop-up, it has been a hard hit ball somewhere in or out of the yard. 0-1. Got her out in front. It's 0-2. Peyton Quam is the on-deck batter. 9-1 and 2 batters for the Aggies. Volonchenko will be batting to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th for Velva-Drake Anamoose. Grace with the 0-2 pitch. Jelmston with a good eye. Makes it now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 upcoming here to the left fielder. The 1-2. Hit right back up the middle. A run's going to come in here from Tice. Tice rounds third. Going from first to third will be Willison. And the bats just keep on swinging here for the Burros. It's a Jelmstad RBI single here in the 5th. Now 7-2 in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley, and we might get a pitching change upcoming. Tice comes in to score. Willison goes first to third. Jelmstead with the run driven in. As the Aggies right now talk it over here with the home plate umpire. We'll see. It looks like we'll have a pitching change. We'll let you know about that next here on your liveevent.com.
When it comes to electrical work, experience matters. And at Miller's Electrical Service LLC, they've got the skills, expertise, and experience to get the job done right. From industrial and commercial projects to residential repairs and installations, get in touch with Gannon to get the job done safely, efficiently, and right the first time. Locally owned, trusted, and ready to serve your home or business. Call 701-430-2124 today and let Miller's Electrical Service LLC power your world.
You can buy beef by the quarter, half or whole beef from Mueller Beef USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or whole from Mueller Beef out of Hillsboro. You can buy beef by the quarter, the half or the whole beef from Mueller Beef USDA inspected beef. Fill the freezer. Call Dave Mueller at 701-799-3032 to purchase beef by the quarter, half or whole from Mueller Beef out of Hillsboro.
The Norman County Fair, June 18th through 21st. Fireworks, monster truck, Laura J's strong and amazing aerial stunt show, racing, free stage entertainment, magic shows, youth and senior days, mechanical bull riding, free music, Veterans Day. It's the Norman County Fair. Get the full schedule at normancountyfair.com. There's so much more at the Freegate Fair. The Norman County Fair, June 18th through 21st, Ada, Minnesota, where summer begins and the fun never ends.
So runners at the corners with two down here as we take a look at the new pitcher here coming into the game and also just what it's going to do with the lineup and defensive changes here in this one. So Clemens now will be behind the plates here for the Burros. You'll be seeing Grace Ballas, it looks like, going to shortstop here for the Aggies, and it will be Grace. So Grace Ballas will be at short. Bruner will go from short to home plate here. Kittleson. You'll still have Fallon in left, Volonchenko in right, Peterson at first, Lonis at second. Emma Ballas again at shortstop. Abigail Huckins will be at third. Clemens behind the plate. And then also coming in to pitch here now for the Aggies is going to be Emma. The catcher will go now towards the circle. So Emma Ballas will come on here. As we'll have a courtesy runner here in the game for the Burros. That's going to be at third base, as well as this looks to be with Mueller at third base. So you'll have Peyton Quam here, and Quam will take a strike as the runner will go from second to third and first to second here with Jelmstead. The 0-1 to Quam. Quam with a double and a triple, 2 runs scored so far here today. She opened up the third with a triple and opened up this inning with a double. So far for Hillsboro Central Valley, 5 runs across here in the 5th. Here's the 0-1. Bopped up, this one playable. The first baseman Peterson comes in to catch it to retire the Burros, but the damage is done here in the inning as 5 runs come across for HCV on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seat Sales scoreboard.
The World of Outlaws late models return to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota, June 28th. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Enjoy the experience. Nationwide top 10 experience last year. Let's make it number 1 this year. World of Outlaws late models. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Tickets now available. ncraceway.com.
Let's face it, moving is a pain. And if you decide to do it yourself, take the hassle out with All About Moving in Grand Forks. While national conglomerates tend to overcharge and take longer, All About Moving is locally owned and wants to make your next move an efficient and stress-free experience. Take the stress out of moving with All About Moving in Grand Forks, so you can focus on the things that really matter.
By that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
On our Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed sales scoreboard, Hillsboro Central Valley Burros with their largest lead of the game here at 5. As you'll see, 9, 1, and 2 batters due up. Volonchenko, Grace Ballas, and then from in Abigail Hutkins. 1 ball, no strikes. Here from Tenley Dickoff. 1-0 pitch. This one will miss. It's now 2-0 on the way. Winner of this contest has a date with the Lax Burlington, Lewis, and Clark upcoming in the semifinals tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Loser will play the Patriots of Mayport CG at 11. As this is a swing and a miss to make it now 2-1. Hillsboro Central Valley a run in the second, 1 in the third, and 5 runs in the fifth. 2-1. That'll miss low. It's 3-1. And if you're an Aggie, you're saying, all right, down by 5. We've got base runners on against Tinley. It's just how do you bring them in? As you have 9 outs to work with as it stands right now. There's the 3-1. That'll work outside. 7th walk of the game here for Dickoff. She had 2 walks in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. You saw 3 in the 7th. The 8th walk, here against Dickoff. As this one works inside, it's now 1-0 to Grace. As now the runner's going to try to break late for second base. Quam got her! It went off the glove of Quam just a moment. Volonchenko then said, I think I can get to second base. And as she did, she slid. Kettleson applied the tag, and that is the 4th base runner for the Aggies that has been retired via caught stealing. And there's 1 down. An inning and a third by the catcher, Peyton Quam, to squinch any base runners here on the base pass. And now it's 2-0. So it was a low throw by Dickoff that went off the glove of Quam about 5 to 10 feet up the third baseline. Volonchenko kind of stopped, paused, and then went. But the pause allowed Quam to barehand that one, make a perfect play to second. Now it's 2-1. As Ballas looking to find a way to get aboard here for the Aggies. 2-1 pitch. That one will miss. It's now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Near to the leadoff batter. Bottom of the second inning at Newman Outdoor Field, as this is a walk, and Grace will get her second free pass of the game. 2-0 Northern Cass, bottom of the second over Bishop Brian Nedrose. Northern Cass again leads 2-0. Josh Boyko on the call on your liveevent.com for that game. Runner at first base again is Ballas. Miguel Hutkins 0 for 1 with a walk so far here today. Nine walks so far in the game here for Dickoff, but she's sprinkled them around enough and getting some nice play behind the plate by Quam to minimize the damage to just 2 runs so far as the 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike to Hutkins. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Grace Ballas stands at first. Quam has put everybody on notice, if you didn't know already in this tournament, that she's got a gun behind the plate. The 1-1 makes it now 1-2, and sometimes when you talk with coaches, they'll say, hey, we got speed. We're running regardless who's behind the plate because that's how we just play the game of softball. But with someone and the ability of what we've seen from Quam today, probably would make you second-guess yourself at times. The 1-2, that'll miss inside. It's now 2-2. as Thompson already picked up a win earlier today in baseball, the number 2 seed. Northern Cast a 3 seed with an advantage right now over Bishop Ryan Nedros. Here in softball, this is a soft line drive. They get 1, a chance for 2. Not in time, but Tice does a nice job going down to a knee, backhanding the line drive shot by Hudkins at second. And there's 2 down. The 2 seed of Delax, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark picked up a win early over Mayport CG, and the unseeded Burrows on a Region 1 looking to take down the 3 seed here for the Aggies. Hillsboro Central Valley did beat about a month ago, almost to the date, Velva-Drake Anamoose earlier this season. Trying to make it 2-0 against the Aggies. Talking with Corey Erickson, he said it's just kind of tough sometimes taking a look at teams early on in the year, especially a non-region game where you might throw a secondary pitcher. You could possibly throw some different players, and he said, you know, we kind of do it as well from the Burroughs perspective, give someone maybe a different start or a different spot in the lineup to see how they react. 2-0 pitch hit, and that's a one-hopper. That'll go to Kittleson, who takes it at short, unassisted, and Emma Baulis is retired on the play. There were no runs, no hits, no errors with a runner left. We played 5 today on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. The Burrows lead it by 5.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
Here's a message from Tim Gazette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Gazette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
As you'll see, the Burrows here on YourLiveEvent.com. 2, 3, and 4 batters coming up here on YourLiveEvent.com. As they'll have Kittleson, Kritzberger, and Hattlestead going up against Emma Ballis. Here is throwing in a third of an inning so far after Grace went 4 2/3. As this one is going to be called a strike, it's 0-1. 10 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Grace. For Emma right now in the circle, here's the 0-1 pitch. Jammed her as Hudkins in left, able to make the catch, and there's 1 down. So Fallon gets the pop out of Kittleson, or the fly out of Kittleson, and 1 down here in the top of the 6th inning. As we get an in-game update brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance with Ryan Opdahl Agency. Earlier today, it was a 5-2 win for Delax Burlington over Mayport CG as Kritzberger takes the ball. It's 1-0. Sierra Yale with 2 runs driven in, also the complete game 1 hitter, 2 walks and 9 strikeouts for Yale in the 5-2 win over the Mayport CG Patriots. Here's the 1-0 pitch. I'll miss outside. That is our in-game update. Brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance, Ryan Opdahl Agency. Business, life, farm insurance. For more, go to 701-436-5777. That's 436-5777. Hit in the air. This one will be down for a base hit by Kritzberger on the 2-0 pitch. Able to swing away. Second time that Kritzberger has gotten on base. First hit against Emma. Ball is here in this one. And the Burrows have a runner on here in the 6th. Now it's to Hattlestead. Hattlestead's already hit 2 solo home runs today to left. The Burrows have hit 3 home runs in the game for 4 of their 7 runs. 2 solo and a 2-run homer. As this one missing, it's now 1-0. One ball, no strikes to the senior third baseman. 1-0 pitch misses outside. It's now 2-0. Runner at first again is Kritzberger. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That'll work outside. It's 3-0. As ballless right now for the Aggies, looking to find the strike zone. A 2-0 count to Kritzberger before it was a single. Now it's a 3-0 count here to Hattelstead. 3-0 pitch. That'll miss inside. It's a walk, and the Burros will have runners at first and second. Coming to the plate, Alexis Iverson. Iverson with 2 singles today. Runs scored and 2 stolen bases as well. Runner at second base is Kritzberger. Hattelstead stands at first base. As this one will miss for a ball, it's 1-0. Still to come on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. We'll get to our Agassiz Precision Egg play of the contest. 1-0 pitch. That'll be called a strike. It's now 1-1. Take a look at the final box score and then get you ready for the 4 o'clock game, about an hour and a half away between Central Cass and Carrington. It's upcoming a little bit later on here from Fargo. The 1-1 fly ball hit in the air. That'll go towards the right fielder, Volonchenko. The lead runner looks to tag up. There won't be a throw, but the lead runner in Kritzberger goes from second to third. There is an out recorded on the fly out by Iverson, and now it's to Chenault. Kaya here, the junior designated player. Runners at the corners for the Burros. Right now, Hattelstead at first with Kritzberger at second. Chenault with a double back in the fourth is 1-3. Hits one on the ground. That's a base hit into left center field. Coming in to score is Kritzberger. Hattelstead will go first to third. It's an RBI single for Chenault, and the Burros have an 8-2 advantage. Second hit of the contest for Chenault. First run given up against Emma in the circle, and the Burros with an 8-2 lead. Now it's to Tice. Tice with a walk and a run scored her last time up, takes a strike. It's 0-1. This would be the 6th batter to the plate here for the Burros in the 6th inning after sending 10 to the plate in the 5th. The 0-1 pitch upcoming here by Emma. A late swing there by Tice makes it 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, runners again at the corners. With 2 down here in the 6th inning, the 0-2. That'll go all the way to the backstop. The runner trying to come in, slides in time before the catcher, and Clemens can apply the tag. So coming in is Carsey Hattelstead. As Hattelstead came in to slide, Clemens went to go apply the tag. Hattelstead will walk it off. The runner from first will go to second with Chenault here. And it'll be a 1-2, and on the wild pitch, the Burros plate another run as it's now 9-2 Hillsboro Central Valley. Just by a hair, not too much of a backstop to work with. If you freeze, you're going to get gunned down at home. Hattelstead went off immediately once she saw it past the catcher Clemens. Here's the 1-2 to Tice. Tice will hit one on the ground up the third baseline. That'll be a foul ball. Well, now all of a sudden you start looking up at the score. It's a 7-run Burro lead. If they keep the baton going here and you get another home run, we might be talking about a 10-run rule in 6. But for HCV for that to happen, he needs Tice to at least get on base to bring up Willison. Regardless, the Burros adding some insurance here in the 6th. The 1-2, that'll miss outside. It's now 2-2. Hillsboro Central Valley lost in this round in 2023, won in this round in 2019, trying to pick up their first quarterfinal round win since 2-2. Strike 3 looking, and Tice is retired here in the 6th. But the Burros play 2 on the Golden Harvest. Tim Kazetzi's now scoreboard and take a 9-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family. committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
Life is full of surprises, and at Bickett Insurance Agency of Carrington, they're here to protect what matters most to you. Bickett Insurance is your local auto owner's insurance agency, offering home, auto, business, crop, health, or life insurance with personalized solutions tailored to your needs and budget. With over 20 years of experience, trust Bickett Insurance Agency to provide you with peace of mind. Let's ensure your future is secure with Bickett Insurance Agency services, serving Foster and Stutzman counties and throughout the state of North Dakota. Bickett Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agency. Protecting what matters most.
Let's face it, moving is a pain. And if you decide to do it yourself, take the hassle out with All About Moving in Grand Forks. While national conglomerates tend to overcharge and take longer, All About Moving is locally owned and wants to make your next move an efficient and stress-free experience. Take the stress out of moving with All About Moving in Grand Forks, so you can focus on the things that really matter.
As we get a new player into the contest here for Hillsboro Central Valley, in terms of the circle, it'll be Kaya Chenault has to get the final outs of this game for the Burros as she delivers a strike to Fallon Hudkins here. It's 0-1. Dickoff, 5 innings of work, 1 hit, 2 runs against, 9 walks, and 5 strikeouts in the circle. As Chenault with the 0-1 pitch, that'll dance out of the way. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty much just a straight switch here between these two. Chenault will come in the circle here for head coach Corey Erickson. 1-1 offering. This one will be fouled off the netting. Makes it now 1-2. Peterson and Bruner again due up here for the Aggies in the 6th inning. Velva-Drake, Anamoose down to their final 6 outs in this contest as it stands right now. Kaya Chenault with a 5.39 earned run average so far in the circle this season. 1-2 pitch, laced, but right to the first baseman, Willison, and there's 1 down. Coach Erickson mentioned in our pregame show as well that he feels comfortable with any of the 3 pitchers that can go out there, whether it's Chenault, Ensign, or Dickoff, and get some outs here for the Burros. He mentioned they're not going to necessarily blow you away with strikeout after strikeout, that it's more pitch to contact, but he feels comfortable putting any 3 of them in the varsity campaign. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch upcoming, that'll work inside. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. As Hillsboro Central Valley right now has a 7-run lead with 5 more outs to go, with Peterson 0 for 1 today with a walk. This one will work inside. It's now 2-1. So for the Aggies, all about base runners here in the bottom of the 2nd. For the Burros and Kaya Chenault, just put the ball over their plate. Let your defense, as Willison did a second ago, do the work for you. As this one works inside, it's now 3-1. Burros have just peppered the scoreboard here today. 9 runs on 12 hits. The 3-1 hit in the air. That'll go to straightaway center field. Kritzberger is there. Camps out underneath it for out number 2 here of the 6th. Now it goes to Quincy Bruner. Is Bruner 0 for 1 with a walk, caught stealing back in the 2nd inning. Chenault looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning here for the Burros. This one is called the strike. It's 0-1. We'd be the first true 3-up, 3-down here of an inning for Hillsboro Central Valley in the circle. 0-1 pitch. That'll be called the strike. Now it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Quincy Bruner, the 7th grader, starting a state tournament game here for the Aggies. 0-2. That'll work inside now. 1-2 for the Burros, top of the 7th inning. It will be 8-9 and 1 8, 9, and 1 batters with Willison to lead things off. There's the 1-2 pitch, and that'll miss out of the zone. It's now 2-2. As you see, Chenault get a line drive out of Hudkins, get a fly out of Peterson. Here's the 2-2 offering. Hit right back up the middle. There is Kittleson, though, at short. Makes the nice play across the diamond. 6-3 to Willison to retire the Sun, and 3 up, 3 down indeed here in the 6th. On the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard, the Burros lead it by 7.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
The Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts congratulate the seniors on your success and wish you well in your future endeavors. They encourage you to step into your future, secure in the knowledge that this world needs you and the unique, inspiring gifts that only you can give. Best wishes go with you graduates as you prepare for the greater challenges ahead in a world of new possibilities. Congratulations, graduates, from the administration and staff of the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts. To all students, parents, and families of the Hillsboro and Central Valley Schools, thank you for a great year.
Top of the 7th inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. The final inning, unless we play extras here in our upper half of the morning and early afternoon bracket of the state softball quarterfinals. As you'll see, Willison, Jelmstead, and Peyton Quam do up here for Hillsboro Central Valley. And we'll get to our post-game show. Take a look at the final numbers. Have a little break in between, but not too much of a break as this game has already got an hour and 38 minutes today here in Fargo. And we'll get to Central Cass and Carrington upcoming at 4 o'clock. Here's the pitch. As this one will be called a strike, it's 0-1. Emma Ballis in the circle. Willison here today has reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice, another on a single. Here's the 0-1 offering. Big swing, now it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to the junior first baseman. The 0-2. Swing. This one goes off the glove of Clemens. They'll have to get the runner out, and this one actually will go off the runner at Willison at first. She rounds first, however. Now she's going to slide back, and she's going to be thrown out. So Willison reaches base at first on a strikeout, but then Clemens' throw to Peterson was a little bit off the line, so Willison rounded at first to go to second, put the brakes on, try to come back, and then Peterson applied the tag about a foot in front, so there's 1 down here in the 7th. Now it's to Jelmstead. As Jelmstead will take a ball, it's 1-0. 9-2 here for Hillsboro Central Valley in the 7th inning. As this will be called the strike. Now 1-1. Going through, the Aggies have not been held to 2 runs, 1 run too often here this season. The least amount of runs they've scored was 2 against Beulah, a 7-2 loss against the Miners midway through the year. Outside of that, they've at least scored in every game this year, 4 runs or more outside of the one time against Beulah. Gave up 12 runs against Renville County, 16 against the Burros the last time they played, in which Hillsboro Central Valley won 16-6. The Aggies' 3 losses, as it currently stands right now, is a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jelmstead to this Burro club. 1 loss so far, could be 2 if the Burros can hang on here in the 7th. The 2-2 offering here to Jelmstead. Fly ball hit in the air, that's to left. As this will be off the glove of Fallon in left field as it hits her glove. She was camped down underneath it. Air on the left fielder here as Fallon Hudkins was camped down underneath, and then all of a sudden the sun just came from the cloud and maybe got the eye just to look a little bit elsewhere. And now the Burros with the runner on here in the 7th inning with Peyton Quam. So an error by the left fielder will allow Jelmstead to get to second base. Probably had Jelmstead hit that one about 185 feet in the air to left field. Hunkins had a clean view of it. Then all of a sudden the sun just kind of peeked through the clouds right when she was looking to apply the tag, and it makes it now 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll work inside for a ball. Now 2-0. For the Burros, they've scored in every inning outside of the first and the fourth. Velva-Drake Anamoose had a 1-0 lead after 1. It was tied at 1 apiece after 2. As this one works outside now 2-0. Burros took the lead in the third, and they had a 2-1 lead. Aggies scored 1 run in the fourth, tied it at 2, and then the Burros erupted for 5 runs in the fifth and haven't looked back since. They scored the last 7 runs of the game as taking a strike. And the runner's going to go on a delayed steal here from Jelmstead from second to third. It'll be now 3-1. So Peyton Quam, the 3-0, was bluffing a bunt. And then by the time the runner from second to third just saw that the catcher and Clemens was paying zero attention to her, she scampered to third base. 3-1 pitch misses inside. Peyton Quam will take a walk, and the runners will be at the corners. And you'll see it now to Kittleson. Kittleson with a 2-run homer back in the 5th inning. Part of 3 home runs here today for Hillsboro Central Valley, and Quam nearly got one in the third herself. Runners in a break from first to second as Quam will get into scoring position now for the Burros. 1 ball, no strikes here to Kittleson. Kaylee Kittleson right now with a chance to bring in an extra run or 2 here today. The 1-0. This one will miss for a ball. It's now 2-0 on the way. Emma Ballas so far an inning and 2/3 of work here in relief for Velva-Drake Anamoose. Here's the 2-0. Hit in the air, that'll be into left center field and down for a base knock. 1 run's coming in. Here comes Peyton Quam. She's on her way to score. It's a bases clearing 2 RBI single for Kittleson, and the Burros have an 11-2 advantage. Quam comes in to score. Jelmstead comes in to score. Kittleson with her 3rd and 4th run driven in here. As Bryce Gutneck wants to talk it over here in the circle with his club. Will return after this.
Egg Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Egg Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Egg Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
A 11-2 lead here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, top of the 7th inning, as they just keep on hitting here against the Aggies, and in doing so have grabbed a 9-run lead. A couple more runs driven in here for Kittleson. She stands at first base. This has been a true all the way through the lineup here for the Burros. They found a way to get someone on, as this one is a strike called to Kritzberger. As everybody 1 through 9 in the lineup has found a way to touch base here today for Coach Corey Erickson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit on a line, and that's in for a base hit to left. Kritzberger goes to first. Kittleson now at second. And the Burros so far have taken full advantage of that error in left field as they keep on swinging with a walk and 2 straight singles after that. Now it's to Hattelstead. And Hattelstead has already shown her power with 2 solo homers to left. As the Burros coming into the inning had 12 hits. They have 14 right now in this contest, as this is called the strike. It's 0-1. Take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, or just from a few yards away at Newman Outdoor Field. Northern Cass and Bishop Ryan is there's a off speed that'll be a swing and a miss by Hattlestead, but gets by the glove of Clemens. There will be runners at second and third. Top of the fourth inning, Northern Cass leads Bishop Ryan Nedrose 4-0. Northern Cass again over Bishop Ryan Nedrose 4-0 in the top of the fourth inning. No balls, 2 strikes. Not again in the state baseball. The 0-2, this one will get all the way to the backstop. Clemens able to play this one quickly. Now Hattlestead will see this at 1-2. Kittleson at third base, Kritzberger at second. A game that's working closer and closer to 2 hours here today. Here comes the 1-2 offering. This one does get by Clemens. The runner from third will break home, and Kittleson slides in safely. So Kittleson comes in to score. Kritzberger will be at third. And the Burros have another run across as they lead it 12-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes as they tried the off-speed pitch, and twice it got by Clemens, and more importantly, it went in the turf as well, as we do get a softball to make its way out of play as Carrington and Central Cass Squirrels will be getting ready down the third base side. So far, Carrington, their starting pitcher, looks like getting some work in. There's the 2-2 pitch on the way to Hattlestead. This one will be a ball. It's now 3-2. Burros have hit for the team cycle today. Here's the 3-2 offering to the cleanup batter in the Burro lineup. 3-2 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. It's a walk. Runners will be at the corners. Third walk in relief for Emma Ballas here. Now it goes to Alexis Iverson. Iverson has reached base twice with a run scored back in the 5th inning for the number 5 batter here for HCV. Runner is going to go from first to second base, as this one was missed inside for a ball. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch upcoming here to Iverson, as Iverson will take a ball. It's now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes here to Iverson. As Emma Ballas loses the softball as she went back on the wind here. And quickly grabbing that one here is Clements. So runners at second and third. It'll be 3 balls, no strikes on the way. Here now to Iverson. As that just is a ball that went about 15 feet outside the circle here for Emma. 3-0 pitch. That'll miss for a walk. The bases are full again here for HCV. As Hillsboro Central Valley with Kaya Chenault. See if we get a courtesy runner or possibly a new pitcher, but it looks like we'll see a new pitcher here coming back into the game here for the Aggies. As we'll also have a courtesy runner here for the Burros, as number 8 will come on, and Morgan Potasic to courtesy run at second base. And then going from shortstop will be Grace Ballas. Emma then will go to short here. So Emma goes to shortstop as she was. Grace will come back out now and continue to work here for the Aggies. Base is full here for Hillsboro Central Valley, and there's still just 1 down in the top of the 7th inning. This was the 6th. We'd be talking about the 10-run rule, but with this being in the 7th inning, we're going to play the bottom of the 7th regardless here. As we see some cranes and some construction workers getting some stuff done here on campus in North Dakota State. As this one was grabbed by Clemens for a ball here to Kaya Chenault. Chenault with an RBI so far in the game. A couple of hits, a single and a double. She plated a run across in the 6th inning with an RBI single, her last time up. The pitch. This would be hit on the line. That one will be a one hopper to the second baseman Lonis to Peterson. Chenault does drive in her second run of the contest. Kritzberger comes in to score. Potasic goes to third. Iverson is second. Chenault is retired 4-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. 13-2 Burros here in the 7th. As now Tice will make her way towards home plate. It looks like we'll have a pinch hitter coming in the game here for Hillsboro Central Valley, as the Burros will get a fresh new bat in the lineup here for Hillsboro Central Valley. Looks to be Casey Hung coming up, and it will be. So Hung will hit in place of Chloe Tice. As Hung, the righty, will go up against the righty here of Grace Ballas. Swing and a miss. It's now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here to Hung. As HCV has put 4 runs across here in the 7th. This is fisted, popped up, and that's going to be in for a base hit. 1 run comes in. The second one coming here for Iverson. It's a 2 RBI single for Casey Hung, and the Burros have taken a 15-2 lead. So Potasic comes in to score. Iverson comes in from second base. It was jammed, but Casey Hung got enough of it to get by the pitcher, the shortstop, and Emma Ballas into short left field. First pitch swing and hit in the air. This one goes to Bruner to center, and Bruner at the warning track makes the catch, and Williston is retired on allowed out number 3. But 6 runs come across here for HCV in the 7th on our Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
The City of Hillsboro invites you to make Hillsboro your home. If you're looking for a new home or a job, check out the opportunities in Hillsboro and see what the community can offer you and your family. Enjoy a quality family life with community, education, church, entertainment, and more. For all neighbors and those driving through the region, we welcome you to come and shop with the businesses in Hillsboro. If you have questions related to services available in the City of Hillsboro, contact the Hillsboro City Office at 701-636-4620.
So the Burros again with a 15-2 advantage over Velva-Drake Anamoose here today on YourLiveEvent.com. 15 runs on 15 hits here for Hillsboro Central Valley as Kaya Chenault comes on for her second inning of work in relief. As this one runs in at the hands, it's now 1-0. Between Dickoff and Chenault, they have retired 5 consecutive batters. Chenault with a 3-up, 3-down 6th. Aggies down to their final 3 outs here in this one. As it stands right now, Delax, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark will have a date with HCV. This one goes off the right knee of the first baseman, Willison, and the Aggies get a runner aboard here in the 7th after an E3. The loser has Mayport CG tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, and we'll have that game for you on YourLiveEvent.com. As runner at first. And we'll see this coming through here as now it goes to Hayden Williams. Let's take a look at the different runners as our home plate umpire and crew calls time. As we'll get coming in here for the Aggies, it'll be Seltzer, the freshman. So Seltzer will come on and get a chance to swing at the state tournament. As she takes a ball, it's now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on the way here with Hayden Williams in her spot, but now it's to Seltzer. Seltzer, the 1-0, will take for a ball, now 2-0. On deck circle with Volenchenko due up next here for the Aggies. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Foul back. It's now 2-1. Some more teams from the State B baseball tournament continue to file on into Newman Outdoor Field. The same here for softball with Carrington and Central Cass due up. Then we'll get to Beulah and Bottineau a little bit later on here tonight in Fargo. 2-1, that'll miss out of the zone. Bottom of the fourth inning, Northern Cass with a 4-0 lead over Bishop Ryan Nedrose. That game again in the bottom of the fourth. There's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Now it's 3-2 here to Selzer. If you just joined us, the story of this game has been the long ball for Hillsboro Central Valley with 3 home runs. And they have scored 13 runs in the last 3 innings. Strike 3 looking. Chenault gets a strikeout, her first in relief, and Selzer's retired, worn down. Now it goes to Volonchenko here for the Aggies. Volonchenko with a couple of walks so far here today. Been caught stealing twice. And this one works outside. It's now 1-0. Runner at first base is Jenna Lonis, able to reach base on an error. First one of the game for the Burros since the first inning. This one misses low as well. Now 2-0. Still for the Aggies, just 1 hit. That came back in the fourth, a single by Fallon Hudkins. Chenault with a 2-0. That'll miss. It's now 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes here on the way. The pitch. That one's going to be called a strike. It's 3-1. Sometimes you just talk about team wins, and this is the definition of a HCV team win for our Corey Erickson team. Everybody 1 through 9 came in. Casey Hung even got a pinch hit, 2 RBI single on the way. The Chenault splits the plate to make it 3-2. This Borough club on the verge of making the state semis for the first time since 2019. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, and Chenault gets her second strikeout. 2 down. And if they can pick up a win here today, maybe one more win away from their first ever state championship game appearance for the Burros. 2 down here in the 7th. Velva-Drake, Anamoose down to their final out. Grace Ballas, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Grace today with a pair of walks and a run scored back in inning number 1. Here's the 0-1. Foul back. It's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 down here in the 7th inning to the leadoff batter in the lineup for the Aggies. There's Chenault looking for the final out. 0-2 pitch. This one will be out of the zone at 1-2. The Aggies with a run in the first and a run in the fourth. 2 runs, a hit, and an error here for the Aggies, and they've left 4 runners on base so far against this Borough pitching staff. The 1-2 hit in the air. That'll be a fly ball to left. Jalmstead can't get it into the gap. Rounding second, on her way to third is Lonis. She's going to be waived, and it's an RBI double here for Grace Ballas. Second hit of the game, and the first extra base hit for the Aggies as it's 15-3. About another maybe foot Jalmstead might have been able to get that one, but it's an RBI variety. The first hit of the game for Grace, coming in to score and off and running on the swing was Lonis. As now 15-3, as we'll have a courtesy runner here for the Aggies. As coming on here will be McCassin, the senior. As Abigail Hudkins now will be coming up to the plate here for Velva-Drake Anamoose. First hit in relief against Kaya Chenault here. This one is popped up. That'll go over the first base dugout out of play. It's 0-1. Hudkins 0 for 2 today with a walk and caught stealing back in the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch here from Chenault. That'll work inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-1 offering. This one will be a swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. So again, the Aggies down to their final strike of the contest. Here's the 1-2 offering from Chenault. Grounded off the foot of Abigail, and we'll keep it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second base is Grace Ballas here, and then McCassin came in and courtesy ran for her. 1-2 fly ball, that'll go to left. The right fielder, coming in and right to Iverson to retire the side. And that'll do it here in this contest as the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros are making their way to the state semifinals with a game that finishes here today at 3:11. 2 hours and 2 minutes here in this one. Hillsboro Central Valley with the 15-3 win. They will have a date with Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark. While for the Velva-Drake Anamoose Aggies, they will have a game with Mayport CG at 11 o'clock tomorrow in the Constellation semifinals. The Burros will have a game with the Lakers in the semis. That'll be at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're back with more on our post-game show after this here on your liveevent.com.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we come back on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway, the Burros with a 15-3 win over Velva-Drake Anamoose here in this contest. Chase Miller with you as we get to some of the particulars here right off the bat. As we get to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, the connection, 3 home runs here in this contest for Hillsboro Central Valley. A Kittleson 2-run homer, a solo homer by Carsey Hattlestead, both in the second and the 5th inning, the round tripper variety, and they hit 3 of them. The home runs here for Hillsboro Central Valley is our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Got a Halstead telephone, that again is halsteadtel.com. That is halsteadtel.com. It's how to connect with reliability at Halstead Telephone Company. From there, Enbridge Energy player of the game goes to Peyton Quam here in this one as she caught not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 base runners out here in this contest. And Peyton Quam also was able to get a double, a triple, a walk, 3 runs scored in the leadoff spot here for the Burros. Peyton Quam is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. And from there, we get to our Agassi Feature Precision Egg play of the contest. 5 runs in the 5th inning. The Burros in the 5th, 6th, and 7th put 13 of their 17 runs across. And also the big play was in the 4th with a Tenley Dickoff strikeout that left the bases full here for Velva-Drake Anamoose in this contest, which at the time kept it at 2 apiece. Again, that is our Agassi Feature Precision Egg play of the contest. For more information, go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. We'll take a quick break when we come back and continue on our Norman County Raceway Red River Valley Speedway post-game report. We'll get to the final line score and the box score. That's coming up around the corner next.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Stay tuned for more information about the all-school reunion coming up in Carrington this summer, July 10th through the 13th. Check out Facebook for more information.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Headlocks, Carrington, North Dakota.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
As we continue on our Norman County Raceway and Red River Valley Speedway post-game show, the Burros again pick up a 15-3 win over Velva-Drake Anamoose. As we take a look at the finals here, the Aggies 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 5 runners left on base. For the Burros, 15 runs, 15 hits, 1 error with 8 runners left on base. Here for Hillsboro Central Valley, they improved to 15-11 on the season, while the Aggies will drop now to 22-4 and 2 on the year. In a game that took 2 hours and 2 minutes here in this one. Tinley Detkoff, 5 innings of work, able to give up just 2 runs on 1 hit, 9 walks, and 5 strikeouts, while Kaya Chenault with 2 innings of work here today with a run, a hit, 2 strikeouts, and no walks here today in this contest. The Burros with Peyton Quam able to get on base 3 times, a 3 runs scored, goes 2 of 4 at the plate. Kaylee Kittleson able to get a 2-run homer back in the 5th with 2 runs scored and 3 runs driven in. Kritzberger here in this contest with a couple of singles here today with 2 runs scored. Carsey Hattlestead with 2 solo home runs to speak of, also with 4 runs driven in. Iverson here in this contest gets a single, a walk with a run scored. Kaya Chenault with a double and a single. Chloe Tice with a run scored. As you see, Willison here with a single. She would go 1 of 4 at the plate. And then Jumpstead able to get a single and a run scored. And then coming in as well, Casey Hung with 2 runs driven in. We'll continue with more as we'll hear from Coach Corey Erickson and Peyton Quam around the corner. That's coming up next.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
You can trust Paul's Hometown Repair for professional service on your vehicles, cars, vans, pickups. Bring them in to Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro. Whether it's light work such as oil changes and tune-ups, or more serious matters including transmission work and engine overhauls, they'll get the work done for you at Paul's Hometown Repair. They'll get your vehicle back on its wheels, running like new. Call 436-4676 to schedule your vehicle for service at Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro.
As we continue on our post-game show, this interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. That is with Peyton Quam here in this one. A triple, a double with a walk and 3 runs scored, but also able to throw 4 different runners out in the first 3 innings, throws 3 and then adds another one in the 5th. Peyton, just what does this win mean first and foremost to get the state semifinals for you guys?
You know, it means a lot. We talk about our state appearance 2 years ago a lot, and we lost our first game here, and it hurt. It hurt a lot, and it's just we got to take it one game at a time. I feel like that game we were focused on all 3 games, but this time we're focusing on one game at a time, and I think that has really helped us a lot.
Able to get a run back in the second inning when the Aggies led 1-0, that solo homer by Carsey Hattlestead. What did that do for this team after a 3-up, 3-down first when you saw Carsey just barrel one up out to left field?
It was a lot. I mean, as soon as I saw it off the bat, I was like, oh, that's definitely gone. And Carsey, she just has that spark in her. When, she hits it, you kind of know.
Same from your perspective. Just take us through that triple that you hit out to right field. From our perspective, it almost felt good off the plate, but what did you see just kind of in terms of once it hit the wall, making your way from second to try to pick up your head coach and see if you can get in with the triple?
I saw it, and I was like, oh, get out, get out. I think I said that to myself. My first base coach, Kenzie, might have heard me, and then I saw it off the fence. So, I mean, I was like, oh, that's a far bounce. So I just looked at Corey, and he told me to go. So just kept running.
Able to have 3 home runs as a team. We mentioned you were able to get 4 different base runners out in terms of caught stealing. Just take us through the defense perspective. What is that like when you can get runners thrown out both at second and third here today?
I think it helps our pitchers out a lot. I mean, when they walk or they get a single, it's like we stop their momentum, and it's very nice. I love it personally. Those are my favorite type of plays.
Peyton Quam, final thing for us here, the senior catcher in this one. Take us through the Kittleson 2-run homer that kind of got things going in the 5th inning where you got the double. Obviously, she gets a 2-run homer and another Hattlestead homer, but what was that 2-run home run like from Kaylee's perspective when you're on the base pass seeing that one fly over the fence?
It was awesome. I know Kaylee's a great hitter, and I know she has home run power in her, but I don't think she's hit a home run in a while, and I was just waiting for it. I was really waiting for it, and I knew this game was going to be it. So it was great.
Congratulations, Peyton. Again, a double, a triple with a walk, and a 3-run score. Congratulations. Best of luck in the semifinals.
Yes, thank you.
As she'll hand the headset off from one side to the other now as the head coach for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, Corey Erickson, will join us here. This interview also brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, as the Burros will play about 24 hours from now against DeLax, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark in the semifinals after Sierra Yale had a whale of a performance. But first things first, Corey, talking with Peyton Quam, I kind of asked her what did it mean about this year's club to get to the semifinals, first one since 2019 for you guys in terms of that semifinal round appearance. What did you see from this team? I know you mentioned it in the pregame show, just find the little things to do well. I'm not sure if you thought 3 home runs would come in a particular state tournament game, but obviously Peyton's ability to take base runners out, and when she needed it to, Tenley found her spots to get out of some jams throughout the first couple innings.
Yeah, Tenley had a few more walks than she wanted. She got a little bit gassed there, and it's tough. You're asking an 8th grader to step in, and probably the biggest game that she's ever played, and it's such a luxury having Peyton Quam behind the plate, like you mentioned, stealing some outs for us. That just having her, knowing that it's going to be maybe 50-50 if a runner tries to steal on her or not, and you don't need to worry about that. And then having an excellent infield like we have that got some big outs for us, I don't know. I'm still kind of speechless. I wasn't planning on 3 home runs. No, I thought we were going to need to play some more small ball, but we've been hitting the ball really well lately. Feeling really confident at the plate and seeing the ball really well. So we need to carry that into DeLax Burlington tomorrow. I know we can. We've already faced Sierra Yale this year. We had some good hits against her. We did some good things. And that was back when we weren't hitting the ball very well either. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Just need to come out, keep playing our game, stay focused on ourselves, and do as well as we can.
I'll ask you 2 more questions, Corey. We'll let you get out
Sure.
of here again. Corey Erickson joined us from the Burros. How about the 13 runs in the last 3 innings? Just what was working at the plate here for this club, whether you were putting the bunts down, whether you were finding ways to barrel some up and getting them in the outfield. Casey Hung comes in and gets a 2 RBI, single as a pinch hitter. So what was just working 1 through 9 in the lineup where everybody got on base in some capacity here today?
Trust, honestly, it's trust in the hitters. I know what they're capable of. Chloe Tice is an outstanding player. He just wasn't seeing the ball very well today. I bring in Casey Hong. I know she can get the job done. Loops one out into left field, and that scores, I think, maybe at least 1, maybe 2 runs there. We had a little thing, runner on first and third. Carsey Hattlestead steals second base. Their shortstop starts to pull over, gave Kaya the hit away sign, puts one right where the shortstop was, and that goes in and that scores a run right there. So, just the little things were really working well for us today. We think that we have a pretty dynamic offense that can hit home runs, but also play some small ball, run bases, do some technical things, and we've been executing on that lately. So we just need to keep that up, and when you do that well, that's when those crooked numbers appear on the scoreboard.
A final thing for me, biggest thing that you take away from this game moving forward to a Laker club that you've already played, to a really good pitcher who struck out 6 batters at one time against the Patriots, and Sierra Yell, who had a 1-hitter in her performance today. What's the biggest message to this team going forward, knowing that you got to where you want to get to, but there's still another win that's obviously to be had, and just trying to keep making some history here at the state tournament?
I think keep being us. I think that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest message to our kids. We don't need to worry about the other team. Honestly, if we start thinking too much about who our opponent is, what they're doing, we start to lose sight of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. When we stay focused on ourselves and stay true to who we are, good things tend to happen. We have that next player up mentality. Tenley got a little bit gassed. Kaya steps in there and pitches well, gets the outs that we need. Like I said, Casey Hong coming in to pinch hit there. It was a great pinch hit opportunity for her, and she cashed in. So it's just trust, being who we are, and knowing that next person's going to get the job done.
Hey, Corey, thanks so much for your time. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow in the semifinals.
Thank you so much.
Corey Erickson, head coach for the Burros, joining us here on the postgame show. That does it in this contest. The HCV Burros will play Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Join us in about a half hour for our next game. It's Carrington and Central Cass coming up around the corner here on your LiveVent.com.